Yeah, that would be me live. Hi guys. My wire got stuck. Sometimes I talk to inanimate objects. I'm just saying that went actually a lot faster than it usually goes. Give me a second. Well, God, yes, I feel so good. All right, hi everybody. Professor Bill, Conflict University. So nice to meet you. Yeah. So we got all right, a bunch of people talking. So let's see what we got here. Let's have ourselves a conversation. We got Yedo. Yedo, what's up, dude? You have just disappearified. I was looking through my. Every so often, I look through my filtered messages. Sometimes when people send links, or sometimes when people send messages that are really long, like you did, it goes to a spam filter. So you sent something for the spoiler review of X-Men. House of X issue #1. So I was like, "What? It's Yedo. Why does he go to spam?" And I read your whole message, like that's why I went to spam, and I accepted it, so everybody can see it now. Welcome back. I'm glad that you're okay, brother. How you doing? Haven't attended one of your. I know it was 2 months. What a shame. Shameful. Work has been keeping me super busy. What do you do for work, dude? Also signed up as a patron supporter a couple days ago. Ah, did you now? I was just looking at my patron, and I don't know what your name is, so I don't see you on here. Maybe I'm looking right at you, but I don't actually know what your name is. Anyway, I've got a message about Patreon in just a moment. Anybody who signs up, like now, so that you get billed on it's always the first of the month that I have the billing for. So if you sign up for like $1 or $2 or $5, I think it only goes up to $5. Or if you want to donate, then what do you call it? Just make sure you have an updated email, because I got something coming for you on August 1st. So if you sign up on August 1st, then you won't be billed for August 1st. You'll be billed for the following month. And you won't get the benefit that's coming out this month. That's right. I finally actually got benefits. All you guys who've been charitably supporting me, I genuinely appreciate it. But enough of that, me freeloading off of people. No. From now on, like I've only had my Patreon up for 2 lousy months. But from now on, I've actually got some content for you guys. And I'm going to get to that in a hot minute. Exclusive and no joke, exclusive content. This content isn't going out to anybody else. That's real talk. Like, my word is my bond. That this information, it's going to go out. I'm going to send a link out on August 1st, and I'm going to forget about this video. Like, done. So let's take a look at here, and need to catch up on Absolute Carnage reading order. Only the first issue has come out so far, so you're golden. Always found him pretty cringy back in the day. Origins have been revised to center around Null. No, his origins haven't really been revised. He's pretty much the same guy, just has a different mission now. Cleese is shaping up to be a pretty solid villain. Yes. Hey, Paul the Steward is here. What's up? Mark Guerrero, hello. And suddenly we got Tweaks Dirt. Hello, welcome to the channel, and thank you for the super chat. Looking forward to this week's books. Okay, anybody who sends me a super chat gets a little dance. Not by me, but by, Captain Marvel. He's little, so boom chaka laka laka, boom chaka laka laka. Thank you for the super chat. Boom chaka laka laka. See, I don't know. Like, does anybody else ever give you guys a little dance? Anybody else? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's this guy, David Ramos, I think his name is. David Ramos. Anyway, he does ocarina stuff, and I'm a fan of the ocarina. I've got my Ock over here. Here it is. I haven't played it in a while, but I got an Ock, and I did a request, and he answered the request on a recent live stream, not the most recent one, the one before that. And what do you call it? I asked him, could you play the Power Rangers theme song from Mighty Morphin? And he did, and it wasn't bad. So I sent him a couple bucks. That was nice. So let's see who else is here. Matrix, what's going on? Tweaks Dirt, hello again. Raven, what's going on? Okay, so we've got. You know what? If the what did he call them? The contenders? No, the people going in for the Democratic debates, if and for the Republican one also. I don't know how up you are on the good stuff here, all the politics in America, but with these debates coming up, everybody lies through their teeth. So, like, if you were really up on American politics, I should totally have you on there watching so that you could real time fact check those guys the way that you fact check all of us. What's going on, Raven? David Presley, what's going on? Hey, comic boom! What's up, dude? And he entered the room the right way. He entered the room the right way. Next time, a couple extra exclamation points just for the sake of conversation. David had a pretty good birthday last several days. Several days worth of a birthday. Bang! That's awesome. I know I'm reading that wrong. Good last couple of days, and your birthday beat on Thursday. Dude, happy freaking birthday. Yeah, you know what? We're going to try something that I've never tried before. Who should it be? You know what? I think Master Splinter will say, "Happy birthday, David. Konnichiwa." Okay, there you go. There's your birthday present. What do you got there? Yeto, what's up, dude? Okay, so with the Blade casting, guess Netflix shows are no longer canon. I don't know why that would make them not canon, because Marvel is planning on still doing good stuff with them. Especially now they're coming into the Marvel realm, not the Netflix realm. Ownership is one thing, but it was through a licenseship. This is an actual, direct to market, I guess. I'm gonna explain the Patreon stuff in just a moment. I'm hoping it's gonna make a couple people happy. They need to reboot Inhumans before they do a Miss Marvel movie. I'm not gonna argue there. I do investigations on wage violations. Oh, dude, nice. I work for a public entity, so I'm not allowed to talk too much about where I work. Nope, done. I love that. Yes, when people screw over workers' wages, destroy them. Thoughts on Immortal Hulk not winning Eisner Awards? Can't win them all. And you know what? At the end of the day, they talk about people's good taste, bad taste. Some people, the only taste they've got is what's in their mouth. So, whatever. Quentin Tarantino has only one more film before he retires from directing. Cool. If I send a super chat, can I get a little dance from Polaris? I would have to go and find Polaris. Yeah, I would have to go and find Polaris. She's in my room. The original Red Ranger is coming back for Dino Themes. That's awesome. That is very cool. He came back for like one episode. That was fun. JD. Jade. He's so jaded. Candidates. Yes, thank you. Candidates. That's the word I was looking for. I just call them all crooks, but whatever. Some of them aren't quite crooks, but most of them are crooks. David Presley, happy about Gideon Falls won Best New Series, which means I got to, of course, jump on it. Anarchist, I don't do politics. Nice. I can go for anarchy if we were less than 300 people. Any bigger than that, not going to work. That you, Bill, for... That you for... I think it's thank you, Bill, that you got me to cry. It's all good, brother. I'll fact check Birdie. Shouldn't be too hard. There you go, alt fact. What's going on? Reggie Simmons, what's up? And yes, fellow alumni, Unruly Simeon. Has anyone info on Gut Ghost? Cover looks intriguing. No, I don't know any of that stuff. Yeah, Sima Lu Yeto for what do you call it? Shang-Chi. That's looking good. I was just watching the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie a couple minutes ago with my family. And of course, I'm like looking at the picture. It's like I've got the shirt on too. So yeah, go figure. Anyway, okay. So Super Herbie would be Daniel Wu. That guy's a great martial artist and actor. Very good acting chops. It'll work. It'll work. All of them would work. Yeah, as long as they got good acting chops, they can learn a couple of good moves. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's Shang-Chi. You probably have to have more than a couple of good moves. Probably is going to be another version of Harrison Wells. Tom Cavanaugh's character. Okay. This Crisis on Infinite Earth, a lot of people talking about it here and, like regular online. I might have to watch this. Ryan Sutter, what's going on, dude? First time here, love your reviews. Thank you, especially Miss Marvel. Ooh, hey guys, speaking of Miss Marvel, as Ryan pointed out, for the first time, I put the vote up on Twitter for the which comic, because I always do my reviews at 3 a.m. and on for Wednesday night. You know, saying technically Wednesday morning. So yeah, I decided to do them on Twitter for the first time, and the one that gets the highest request, the comic book review, I will put it up at midnight. So the second it turns Wednesday morning here in the East Coast, bang, you guys, I put up the one that wins. So midnight, that one, and it's not as easy as you guys might think it is to do. Like, I gotta, if somehow you guys voted on a comic book that I hadn't already read yet, I gotta read that comic book. Either way, I've got to find the quiet time. I gotta ask my wife, could you please keep the kids quiet? And then I gotta record the thing and then edit it all up and throw it together and hope to God that I can find the pictures for it. Because sometimes they don't have the images up. Otherwise, I gotta just do something where I'm like throwing up the, which means I probably gotta do another review where I gotta throw up the comic book images because I always have my comics. Yeah, that's what I gotta do. So anyway, literally, Age of X, Age of X-Men is over, man. And yes, I will get around to doing that that spotlight on story soon. I got another spotlight on story sitting in front of me right here. I will reveal that in a moment. What have you now? The House of X. House of X number one won. But would you believe that Miss Marvel, the Magnificent Miss Marvel, which was number 2, only lost by 1 vote? For real, my peeps. Like, that's how much you guys gotta vote. So when that thing goes live, you gotta go and jump on there and be like, bam! And find that because, yeah, vote. Seriously, vote. You gotta be able to follow me on Twitter. If you're not a follower, your vote doesn't count. You know what I'm saying? What do you call it? And the only reason why I really want to build my influence on Twitter is because that seems to be where the Marvel guys and the DC guys usually are. So I'm trying to get Marvel and DC to constantly send me all that good stuff so that I can, all those early comics for me to review. This way it makes my week a little bit easier. I can do my reviews a little bit, or at least I can read the comics and get the story in my head a couple days early. This way when I go to the comic book store, I've already got the stories in my head. I can just come home, flip through it really quick and be like, okay, cool. Hey guys, bang, 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 because I'm still going to buy my comic books. And then if I've got that done, then I've got more time to read other comic books, which means I could actually put up more reviews. So the more Twitter followers I have, Comic Book Uni at just at Comic Book Uni, UNI, one word. Then boom, all of a sudden, yeah, golden. So anyway, or you can find that link below. The link is definitely below in the description box. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna make the screen bigger in a moment, just pointing out Beautiful Halo. If anybody goes to my link also below for Beautiful Halo, you get my discount for the officially licensed Marvel and DC merchandise. So it's not my store, it's Beautiful Halo's store. But yeah, you get like all sorts of good stuff there, and mostly hats, shirts, and sweaters, and nobody wants to think about sweaters in the summertime. But anyway, yeah, you get that stuff, so bang, there you go. Okay, so now, hey, what's up? Let's see. What was the... Oh, Muskoka Con in a week. I've already got free tickets to that, but Dr. Comics only has like 2 sets of wrestlers going there, and Richard Cumley. And like, I know Richard Cumley personally, so like I get to see him all the time. Literally, I get to see him all the time. So, and then, who else has got there? Phil Ortiz from The Simpsons is going to be there. He originally had Larry Hama going, and that was the main reason why I was going to go. Right now, it would just be going so I can get a couple of cool comic books, which is a good reason also, but, so maybe I'll go, but I'm probably not going to go. Unless the wife, and kids want to really go and hang out, then that would be cool. Yeah, like Demolition is going to be there, and I think the Killer Bees, like that could be cool. But you know, wait, is it Killer Bees? No, I just saw Brian Brenzel and no, that was just at Toronto Comic Con. It's not going to be. It's not going. Yeah, Demolition and crap. Who was the team? The one guy beat up on that UFC fighter, Ken Shamrock. He beat up on Ken Shamrock, and I can't remember. That's the name of the team that's going. Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys. So Demolition and the Nasty Boys are going to be there. Yes. Anyway, so maybe, maybe. Okay. Yeah, Agents of S.h.i.e.l.d. They were done really well. Monica Rambeau is going to be in WandaVision. What's up, Silver Surfer? How you doing? Def Rocker, what's going on? Who else is here? Somebody else just showed up. Jerry Scraggs and Brian Nasty. Yes, yes. Ryan Sutter's here. What's going on? Let's see. Anybody else show up that I didn't see? I don't think so. I think that's it. Okay, so let's talk. Oh, Winter Sky, you just showed up. Have you read Blade Runner 2019 comic book yet? No, I have not. And when I went to the comic book store last Tuesday, I forgot to ask about it. So when I go this Tuesday, I'll try to remember. But a lot of stuff is going to be happening on Tuesday. Case in point, they're telling me, I just got a text message today from Gotham Central, my comic book store here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, that at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, which means that the podcast will definitely be late. Sorry, guys. The podcast, if this happens, the podcast is going to be late. But they're going to be there in the store with a barber to get rid of all this. Oh, that's right, my peeps. It's finally going. It's about time they finally got around to doing that. So, Allison Graham, what's up? Also my first time here. Welcome. Really appreciate your reviews of Black Cat #2. I think that series started well. It did start really well. B. Mizzy, John Travolta added. Yes. I guess to kind of make up for moment of silence. Rutger Hauer. Literally one of the best freaking actors who just didn't get quite enough roles, man. The guy, he had the look, he had the chops, he had everything. Like, the guy was an amazing freaking actor. And funny, all the people talking about all the great movies that he did, a lot of people forget about Escape from Sobibor. That was actually a Jewish Holocaust movie, where it was the one where they actually took over and escaped from this detention facility, this concentration camp called Sobibor. And yeah, like, that's, wow. It was a really good movie. And he's been in a lot of good movies. Of course, Blind Justice, which is a Zatoichi remake-ish. Of course, Blade Runner, the best freaking unscripted speech ever. Yeah, man. Wow. Okay. Games on Yes, this Tuesday. Yeah, so if you're going to show up, I was looking to get my hobo with a shotgun signed. Nice. I read the first issue for that was the movie, Hobo with a Shotgun. You know what? That was actually, yeah, and that was also a Rutger Hauer movie, wasn't it? Hobo with a Shotgun, if I'm remembering correctly. I agree with Isaiah. Coyote Blue Marvel needs Blue Marvel should get exposure. You know what? Blue Marvel versus Sentry. Make it happen. Hellboy's creator wants a show. Doubt it will happen the first 2 films. The reboot was terrible. Yeah, they didn't have a whole lot going with the movie. Disappointed. Okay, you know what? My company did it. B movie, but I love it. My company did it. Oh, whoa, hold now. B Mizzy, your company? You made Hobo with a Shotgun? I'm just going to wait for that answer. Like, this is actually your company? I'm sorry, just advertise yourself, dude. Business card. Bang, right here. Because, yeah, dude. Friggin' A. What are your top 3 favorite X-Men? The company you work for. Okay, still, that's awesome. Blast it. Throw it up, man. Throw up your freaking, your gang. Throw up your gang. Okay, top 3 X-Men. Definitely has to be Wolverine and Cyclops on there. After that, that's a really hard one, man. And I don't even know which one of those would be my number 1 favorite. Like, Wolverine has more history, and he's definitely shown his solo chops, but, like, it's Cyclops, man. It's Cyclops. So yeah, I don't want to. Wilfredo, sorry, Fredo. I knew it was you, Wilfredo. I missed for a few weeks. Aiden, you talk about the new Marvel phase of movies. We talked about it in the previous podcast. Yeah, David Presley, barely lead actor of the movie Hobo with a Shotgun, passed away not too long ago. Heard it in a link somewhere. Def Rocker, don't know if you talked about, but what is your take on the upcoming Thor: Love and Thunder? I did talk about that in the previous podcast because, yeah. Ooh, Polaris, Bishop, and Jubilee. Those are good ones. Those are really good ones. Do you think the Marvel is pandering to the LGBTQ community? Okay, Def Rocker, pandering. Pandering is a word that I try to be careful around because, pandering is like just trying to get money off of them. Yeah, in a way, kind of. But at the same time, if it's done with care, like if they, case in point, we could say that it'd be hard to say that Black Panther was pandering to the African community. You know what I'm saying? To the black community. It'd be really hard to say that because they went out of their way. Like the only person they didn't go out of their way to hire somebody who actually represents the culture for would be Kevin Feige. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget about it, man. They really went out of their way. Howard was also in the original Buffy movie. That's a good point. Nice. Oh, everybody's putting their. You know what? Everybody put on your freaking favorite three X-Men. Why not? Yes, I still do Marvel Legends because. What did I just get recently? Actually, just recently I got a Star Wars figure and some Pokemon stuff. But what's my most recent stuff that I got? I just got my Dormammu recently. I just completed my Dormammu, so there's that. Yeah, and a whole bunch of other things. I finished my my Smart Hulk. You guys can see that over here, and I got my Red Hulk in the mail. So like I'm happy about that. That was all over the past 2 weeks. Aside from that, and I just got my Devastator. Oh shoot! Hey, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, shame on you, because and you can find that link below also. I post all my new Marvel Legends stuff. Well, most of my new Marvel Legends and all my toy stuff that I get, like, all the time. Most recently, I just got Devastator from Transformers. No, not the actual. I got a third company. So kind of a knockoff, but this is like the best version of Devastator I've ever seen. The only other one I've ever owned was what do you call it? The G1. I had the G1 Devastator. I have to stop looking at the comments to keep my thoughts on track. I had the G1 Devastator, but I've seen, I think, all of the other versions of Devastator, but the Gravity Builder one, the TR Engineering, this one, they changed the names of them, and they changed everybody's name and whatnot, but it's oversized. This thing is 42 centimeters tall, so it is that big. It's huge. Excuse me. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Just saying. So, yeah, man. Hey, you know what? I wonder if I could show it here. Hey, babe. Could you do me a favor? My toys that are underneath the bed, do you think you can pull the boxes out? Well, you need the top one, so yeah, you'll need both of them. And there's a green female. She's in all green, and even her hair is green. Could you pull her out for me? Thank you. I got these really big, awesome totes that will fit under our bed. We got a queen-size bed, and it's elevated. So I could fit two of these. They're like that tall each, so I stacked them one on top of the other. I got almost all of my Marvel Legends and Transformers and the few DC things. Well, most of my DC stuff is actually up here, but I got a bunch of other DC stuff. Oh, and I got a bunch of other DC stuff coming in too. Guys, Big Bad Toy Store. I like free plug for them. Big Bad Toy Store. I have got the Dark Knight Returns stuff coming in. So I'm gonna have the Batman in the armored suit. I'm gonna have the what is it? I'm gonna have the Casey, Robin. I'm gonna have the Mutant. Those are the only three right now, unfortunately. I've got to get the regular Batman, like in the regular costume, and I've got to get the Superman. And I've got to try and find something I can use for old man Bruce Wayne. Once I get all these things in, oh, and of course I'm going to need a Green Arrow at some point, like an old man Green Arrow. But anyway, once I get all these things in, I'm going to put together the scenery, and I'm going to try and do a stop motion of the Dark Knight Returns at one point. Yeah, but I got a whole bunch of other things coming in, like a Lex Luthor in prison, the bald Lex Luthor, the real Lex Luthor, not that freaking crazy kid who does that stuff because, yeah, muty. Anyway, so yeah, One God Tank, what's up? Welcome. Hey, Mr. Pick, what's up? When those come in, we're going to need to show and tell. Yeah, dude, like I said, on my Twitter, go and check out all my Twitter stuff. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff coming in because I'm a fiend that way. Mutant is copyrighted. You know what? I believe you because you're Raven. The Joker. No, the Joker is not a part of that set, but there is another one. Anyway, when you get all this stuff, you also get Build-A-Figure for Doomsday. Yeah. And I've got my Superman up here, and I've got all these other powered guys, and I want to see how Doomsday would do against Superman here. I'd also like to see how he does against Captain Marvel, against Wonder Woman, against Firestorm, against, well, you know, a lot of heroes that I've got. I want to see how he'll do in the Marvel Universe against one of the Hulks, because hell's to the yeah. So once Doomsday comes in, we going at it, man. Allison started reading comics in February, but I read Giant Size X-Men Omni. Nice. Oh, the Giant Size X-Men issue number 1 facsimile copy just came out this week. So for $3.99 US cover price, you can have a perfect, like with all of the commercials originally inside of it, everything. You can go to your comic book store and you can get that. Your favorite mutant is Dazzler. Dazzler issue number 1 is actually not that expensive to get. If the facsimile cover for that didn't already come out, then it is coming out soon. So keep that in mind. But yeah, Dazzler number 1, you can actually get that at a pretty good price. Go check out my, not in my interview with Jim Shooter, but the panel that I covered with Jim Shooter. He talks a good bit right in the middle of that panel with DeCarlo. He talks about, you can't find it, but it's there. Weep. Okay, could you... Babe? Babe? Could you bring in my Devastator? The big green Transformer? But you gotta be careful. 2 hands. Walk slowly. If she breaks my Devastator, I'm going to be so mad. Like, I'm going to start getting paperwork together, man. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I know. That's why they call them metas. In fact, you guys can actually go to my, what is it? The Spotlight on Story for, what the heck is that one called? Oh, yeah, you want to show it off? You don't want to come on camera? Can you come over a little bit more? Okay, be careful. Don't go anywhere, because I'm going to put him... I'm going to put him right back. There's my wife's hand. Hello, Miss Professor. Here, check it out, guys. Oh, my Devastator. Look at this. No. Keep it open. This thing is actually as tall, maybe a little bit taller than my Unicron back there. So, yeah, this is my, third-party, oversized, 42-centimeter Devastator. I'm 6'5", just to give you an idea how big this thing is. It's the size of 2 of my heads. You know what I'm saying? This is my... Stay straight. This is my Devastator, and I love him. And you can actually see him sized up against... Oh, babe! Man. Babe! Babe! I told you it was only going to be a second! Oh, for crying out loud. Fine. Anyway. Okay. So, yes. Stuff. Okay. Corey Irwin, what's up, dude? Okay, I'm actually getting sweaty. Devastator is my favorite Transformer of all time because he damn well should be. Quanon. Ooh, wondering what they're going to do with that. Marrow, yes. See, Marrow, I often think about. That is one large clunky toy. Well, yeah, when you're holding him up. Uh, um, yeah, I am wondering what they're going to do with some characters. And yeah, Marrow is a character that I sometimes want to say, oh, he's my third favorite, X-Men ever. But, I kind of really like Mr. Sinister because he's sinister. Um, Beautiful plastic on jelly. She said, pick up your own toys. Um, she had some sort of UK flag outfit on. Oh, you can see her arm? No, she's got what's called a bati on. It's a typical Somali. She used it for nightgowns, but anyway, it's like a Somali full body dress thing. Yeah. See, it looks like Warner Bros. Is going to give Joker a push for the Oscars. Might. It's Scorsese. Do you read Spawn? No, I don't consistently read Spawn anymore. I used to, but I do have a Spotlight and Story up for that. Oh, yeah, what was that one I was thinking about before? The Spotlight and Story for, not Injustice. Invasion. Spotlight and Story for Invasion, that 3-part storyline. Yeah, they actually did the Supergirl, the WB verse. They did a crossover for Invasion. I talk about the real Invasion. For the new Excalibur team, it's female Captain Britain. Sweet. Sweet. They could use regular Captain Britain though. They've already got it, but there's actually already a character called she's called Excalibur, right? She's there with Black Knight. They've got Megan. I would want to see so what are they going to do with Megan? I want the regular Captain Britain with Megan. You could throw Kitty Pryde in there. Phoenix, she's not called Phoenix anymore. Rachel Summers. Now she calls herself Rachel Gray. She took her mom's maiden name. Kind of her mom. Anyway, heard Scott Snyder's writing something for Spawn. Nice. If Midnight Suns makes a return, which members do you want to see on the team? The original ones. The original ones. I want to see, but Blade wasn't on the original team if I remember correctly. There's the 2 Ghost Riders. I want to see Vengeance make a return. That's what I want. You know what? Screw everybody else. I want to see Vengeance make a return. I think it's time. You know what I'm saying? Captain Britain is Betsy, isn't she? Female Captain Britain. You familiar with Ed Pisker's YouTube channel, Kayfabe Cartoonist? Deep. No, I'm not. I guess I'm going to have to go and look that up now. She put a new female Union Jack on Excalibur. That's actually a really good idea because Union Jack has to keep it's not the same one. So yes, we're due for a 4th one, right? Actually, the 3rd one, I don't remember if he died or not. Crap, I don't remember if the 3rd one died, but the 3rd one was actually gay, and that would be a good natural representation for the LGBTQ community right there, which is a thought that okay. My thoughts are all over the place, guys. I read too fast and my mind keeps on changing. I'm starting to sound like a POTUS speech currently. Let's try and keep this together. Anyway, as far as pandering to things, if it's pandering is bad. You know what I'm saying? And you can always tell when something's pandering because it's crap, all right? It's obvious that Black Panther was not a movie meant to pander. It's also very obvious at this point, it's got to be, and you're just a naysayer. Sorry. You can like or dislike what you want, but the Captain Marvel movie was extremely successful. So it's kind of hard to say that was pandering, although a lot of people would love to be able to say that it is. Anyway, bam, there's that. So as far as like a gay character, we've got a lot of gay characters in the comic books. We don't need to change anybody to be gay. That would be pandering. No, actually getting regular people to, or regular characters who we already know are gay in the Marvel Universe, that's what needs to be done. Take somebody who's already gay and then put that character in. And the most recent Captain Britain, not Captain Britain, Union Jack would be the perfect way to go. If not, the most famous gay comic book character ever, North Star. Because that was the character who I think we all knew was gay long before he ever came out. Just saying. What was that, issue number 84 of Alpha Flight? And then issue 106 of, was it Astonishing X-Men or New X-Men? I forget. Anyway, that's when all of a sudden he got married. I don't know about all of a sudden, but that's when he got married. But we, back in by the teens of, the teen issues of Alpha Flight, private swims with guys and stuff like that. I think we knew that he was gay. So I think he would be perfect to have as the first major gay. But they're going to do it with, what do you call it? The Eternals, apparently. As long as they do it well, whatever. It is what it is. Looking forward to Curse of the White Knight. What Earth are they going to call it? Black Label. They're going to call it the Black Label one. Down for Ghost Rider show. Comixology has LGBT. What's up, Winter Sky? Comic book, cool. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about my Patreon right now. I'm going to talk to you about my Patreon because that's what's coming up soon. So check this out. Patreon exclusive. I'm finally going to do something exclusively on Patreon, not for anybody who's not a Patreon member. So let me first talk about the people who have currently supported me on Patreon. We got Second Street Marvel. We've got Aaron Carr, who has donated. He's not a general. Apparently, I don't have enough up. I don't have a high enough tier for him, so I have to remind myself to take care of Aaron Carr. Eric Paul, signed up to start pretty soon. Kirk Ireland, Miss Megan. Coming up, Nick Anderson. So that should be on the first of this month. Raven, remember your name. We got a follower. Afraid followers don't count. Sorry, Ronald Price. Slayman, my man Slayman. We got Suan, and we've got Taki Patrick. Who's coming? I guess the first will be your first day. So for all you guys, Eric Paul is you. I mean, look, where's the Eric Paul? Eric Paul, that's you. Okay, sweet. Okay, Eric Paul coming up. Oh, okay. Pledge it. How did you pledge $10? How is that even possible? I've only got I thought, okay, so the donation doesn't do automatically. Well, you're awesome either way. Thank you very much. So check this out. Sorry, I'm reading what Silver Surfer's writing in there. You are freaking hysterical. Okay, so check this out. For all my patrons who are current patron members as of August 1st, all right? So when money gets taken out on the 1st of each month, that is when I will send out a private message to everybody. It took me a while to figure out some of this stuff, and that's the easiest thing for me. Maybe later on I'll switch this up, but for now, money can only be taken out on the 1st of every month, and when I see that money has been taken out, those individuals who it says paid next to their names, I will send you an individual message, and in that message will be a link to a private video, me reviewing, here it comes, Batman Hush. Yes, I have already seen Batman Hush. It's on digital right now. The DVD will be available next week. But for now, I saw it, and bang. So I will be talking like crazy about that movie. I'm going to actually it's going to be a private video because I know for a fact it'll be flagged. I'm going to actually have some scenes. I'm going to try and make it about a 20-minute long video where I'm really going to get into it. I'm going to be laughing my ass off about certain points and, loving and just like, yeah, and stuff like that. So, yes, Batman. Did I say Batman? I said Batman Hush, right? Yes. So the Batman Hush, yes, I'll be comparing it to the comic book. Yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. So, anybody who's a paid patron member, links below, bang, you're going to get hooked up. Or anybody who donates to me now on, what do you call it? The PayPal. On PayPal. Yes. I'll figure out how to do that. But anyway, yeah, so Patreon. It's all going to be through Patreon. Yes, it's going to be a private video, so no one else will even see it pop up. It'll only be a private video because, like I said, the video will undeniably get flagged. I'm not interested in getting flagged. And why am I doing this only for Patreon members? I know a lot of you guys might think that, oh, yeah, I'm going to get, more money if I do it open. And people do it. First off, most people don't do ads. Most people skip through ads. They have ad blocker. Some of them have the PayPal, what is it called? The membership for YouTube. That's cool. YouTube gets that membership money. I don't see any of that money. None of us get to see any of that money. So it's only going to be for patron members, because like right now I have how many patron? You know what? If let's just put it this way, if I had 10 people donating $1 on Patreon every month, I get more money from 10 people watching this one, or donating $1 to watch this 20-minute long, show that I'm going to be making. I appreciate that, Silver Surfer. Much love, nothing but love. But let's just put it this way: if 500 people, you know what? Let's put it in a better way. You guys know that one of my best videos that I do every week is the This Week in Comics, right? I'll usually get around 1,200 people watching that video. So, I don't know who watches ads, who doesn't watch ads. But I will say this. Out of 1,200 people, 1,200 people watching my This Week in Comics video that comes out every week, each one of those videos, if they get about 1,200 viewers, I make about $2.88. Think about that. So that's a lot of people not watching ads. That's a lot of people just basically not watching ads or clicking through the ads or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I do not make a lot of money off of this channel at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? I do this out of love. I do not make a lot of money on this channel. So I really, really have to do something special for my patrons. So every single month I will be doing that. Now for everybody else, I'm still going to put something out for you guys also. It's just not going to be the same thing. I'm going to do a spotlight on story for Hush. And that is the spotlight on story that I have right here. So I'm going to be doing a spotlight on story for the Hush comic book series, that 12 issues. So this way, everybody gets to watch that one. But as far as the actual review of the DVD that just came out this week, that's going to be exclusive for Patreon members as a genuine thank you so much for helping this channel to continue. Every single month I'm going to be doing something new. I might start doing, starting next month, I might start actually doing a, what is it called? The, Send Me Comics. What do you call it? That's hysterical. What do you call it? What was I going to say? I might start doing the MCU movies. So yeah. And the way that I'm going to do this is since I can get the movies on digital and I know how to route them through my computer, I'll actually have scenes from the movie, not just from the trailer, scenes from the actual movie that I can comment on. So YouTube can flag whatever the hell they want to flag. I don't really care. The fact is that I've got a naked kid in a towel. Hi. I'm glad you had your bath. Anyway, so yes, I'm gonna do that. So yes, I'm gonna do that. So I'll probably start doing. And you know what? Realistically, anybody who's a patron member, you guys can vote on which movies I'll be doing. But yeah, I might just start going starting from Iron Man 1 and going all the way through Endgame and just review each one of those movies. That'll take a good year and a half to do. So yeah, this is something special for you guys that I'm gonna do. So yeah, enjoy, and genuinely thank you very much. Okay, so what else do we got? We got everybody's just paying attention to what I'm saying. Nobody's conversing anymore. What's up with that? Artemis and Bizarro returning to Red Hood Annual number 2. There's a version of Bizarro that just appeared in crap, what comic book was that? It's one of the Year of the Villain books. I don't want to go through all my books, but it just appeared in the end of one of them. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. It's from I think it's from Earth 29 though. I don't know which Bizarro does anybody know which Bizarro the Red Hood and the Outlaws Bizarro is from? Which Earth he's from? This one's from Earth 29 if I'm remembering correctly. Batman Samurai is an amazing anime. Was it? I get a lot of people saying it wasn't. Hey, Ronald McKeegan. What's up, dude? McMeekin. Sorry. McMeekin. Kitty probably looks a little pale on the cover that came out. Late to class as usual. That's all good. We're very informal here. Don't feel bad. I was late too. My man got my name right. I try. Like generally, it's important for me to get people's names right. So if not, then Devastator will devastate. Yeah, I love this thing, guys. Like, look at this. Y'all notice like the fingers, all the fingers move. You see like the thumb actually moves in and out. It can curl. It can actually hold on to another Transformer or his gun or whatever. I can flip people off with the thing if I wanted to. Like, dude, this is the coolest freaking thing in the world, man. I love this thing. The fingers actually spread out or close. Yeah, I love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. I will be doing some stop animation with this thing. It'll probably suck, but I'm still going to do it because hell's to the yes. Devastator deserves it. I think Red Hood Bizarro is the Prime Earth version, like Lex's new Bizarro creation. I've been reading the upcoming Detective Comics solicits. Tomasi has some plans for Victor Freeze. Yes, he does. Curse of the White Knight is good. That's an easy one. Of course it's going to be good. Do I collect omnibuses? I have kind of. Like some of the Marvel Masterwork stuff, some of the black and white stuff. I still have a Defenders one. This actually brings up some really bad memories, guys. When I first came to Canada, alright? When I first came to Canada to live here 2.5 years ago, I was in this dollar store that I still frequent. I still go in there and I look around and pray, and my prayers are never answered. What do you call it? I go in there, I'm just like, hey man, what's going on with the freaking the comic books? Because the first time I ever went into the store, they had a whole bunch of these thick black and white comic books in there. Like they were the collection, like an omnibus comic book, right? And there's a whole bunch. They had like Tomb of Dracula. They had so many good ones. I'm like, oh! And I wanted them all so bad. So, the only one that I got... Oh, right here. I can pull this thing out without hurting anybody, right? I think I can. Oh, God, I hope I can. Oh, get over here. I got this Defenders one because I love this version. So the Essential books. They had a whole bunch of these Essential books. And look how thick that is, right? It's all the black and white stuff. They didn't put any colors in there because... You know what I'm saying? Screw us. Anyway, you can see I got it at a Dollarama for only $3. $3 for this beaut. That's gorgeous, right? Yeah, man. So I saw a whole bunch of them there, and this is the only one that I bought, and I thought it's volume 6. And I thought, maybe nobody will be interested in these, but, I just got here. I don't know what our status is going to be. Don't know how long we're going to be here for, so I thought I'm just going to get this one, and I won't get the other ones because there were about 10 of them and I wanted them all. I came back the following week and they were all gone. And you have no idea. It still haunts me to this day. To this day, it freaking haunts me. So yeah, I cry. I cry whenever I think about that. So thank you. Thank you for bringing back those terrible memories for me. Curse you. Curse you forevermore. They're too pricey. What's too pricey? What are you talking about? $3 for that big book? That ain't too pricey. The only omnibus I have is Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender. That's one of my favorite runs ever, and it damn well should be. My main collecting camping right now for trade library is Jeff Johns' Green Lantern's tenure. Dude, yes, awesome. But if you're doing that, also get Jeff Johns' Hawkman. It's only like the first 14, 15, or 16 issues. I'm sure they'll... Like, that's only, 3 volumes or so? If you can afford it, definitely get it, because it's amazing. It'll get you into the character if you're not already there. God, it's amazing. But yeah, the Green Lantern run, I mean, that's what he's most known for, right? So the only omnibus I have is Uncanny X-Force. Oh, duh, just read that. Justin Anaya. What's going on, Justin? I'm looking to get Spider-Man versus Venom omnibus myself. Can't wait to read it cover to cover. Hells yes. Okay, guys, you know what? Let's have some fun right now. In the comments section, you're stranded on an island. You get one either comic book or trade paperback. Not a run. Not a run. Trade paperback, which means maximum of, I'll say 12 issues instead of the typical 6, okay? Maximum. What is it going to be? What is the trade paperback or single issue? No, let's just do trade paperback. What's the trade paperback that you're going to have on here? Thanks for your influence. That's what I do. I'm an influencer. Working on getting those for the God Butcher also. Yes, God Butcher, good one. Pre-52 to New 52 works. Pre-52 would be post-crisis, right? We bought Allison Graham bought the ASM, the Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 reprint. Read Amazing Fantasy number 15 and Amazing Spider-Man 13, First Mysterio, hours before watching Far From Home. That's not bad. That's not bad. Ooh, a little bit of trivia. It's Amazing Fantasy number 15, but the first 14 issues were called Amazing Adult Fantasy. They weren't adult books, just whatever. But yeah, dude, like Amazing Adult Fantasy, and they just did Amazing Fantasy for issue number 15, and that was the final issue. That's the only reason why Stan Lee was able to get that done. Martin Goodman and the guys in charge were like, fine, you know what? If you're gonna do this stupid kid character in calling him Spider-Man, you could do it over there in Amazing Fantasy, because we're canceling the book anyway, so he could be in that issue. It's funny because I remember like a lot of people say this. Jack Kirby was always pissed off at Stan Lee. What's the main reason why he was pissed off at Stan Lee? Because Stan Lee never did anything for him, right? That's the funny thing about it, though. Stan Lee was not in charge. He was never the owner of the company. He was never like the guy who could get everything done. Even for Spider-Man, after he was already successful with Jack Kirby about the X-Men, and well, that was pretty successful. It wasn't super successful, the original X-Men run. But Fantastic Four, all that stuff, he still had, the Incredible Hulk, which actually wasn't successful either. That failed after 6 issues. Incredible Hulk was canceled after the first 6 issues, you know? Then it had to go into, he was a floater character, and then he went into Tales to Astonish. And then he finally got into, that was when he was in the Avengers, and that's when they started his comic book back up with issue number 100, if I remember correctly. But with Spider-Man, like the biggest moneymaker for Marvel, they're just like, yeah, no, screw you. So, yeah, Jack Kirby got mad at Stan for things that Stan had nothing to do with. It's a shame, but it happens. Okay, so let's look at some of these books that were. You guys actually see. I can't do this. I can't do what you guys do. Wilfredo says Dark Phoenix Saga. That was quick. That was really quick, man, and it's a good one. It's a good one. See, I'm with Justin. That's a hard one. I can't just do that. Moon Knight. Which Moon Knight, Raven? You don't get to just cheat like that. Which Moon Knight? Crisis on Infinite Earths. Def Rocker. Nice one, dude. That's a really good one. It's super predictable. Okay. Follow up. Annotation. But I'd go with Dark Phoenix too. Nice. Court of Owls. Good one there, Corey. That's Court of Owls. That's how I got my my Court of Owls mask over there on the wall. I'm waiting for them to do a Deathstroke one. Just saying. Wait, Deathstroke? No, they already did a Deathstroke, and I don't want that. I want the actual real Hood. No, Red Hood. I'm waiting for them to do a Red Hood one, because why the hell wouldn't they do a Red Hood? Anyway, Spider-Geddon, because it was my first. All right, God Tank, that works. Doctor Strange by Aaron, good one. The Way of the Weird. Yes, that was the introduction of, what were those effers called? The guys who took magic? Something with an E, I think. Anyway, I have to go with Spider-Man versus Venom. That's cool. That's cool. Kirby and Lee Silver Surfer FF Collection Best of 48 through 75, plus TTA versus Hulk. What's TTA? That's not the thing. TTA versus Hulk. You let me know. Silver Surfer Masterworks. Last Days of Magic are coveted to me with Doctor Strange. Yes. It's the same volume, right? Issue number 102. Paula jumped in. Preacher, nice one. Oh, Fables, Preacher, or Sandman, Preludes and Nocturnes. Allison Graham, Savage She-Hulk, Marvel Masterworks, amazing. Would have that on the island. Why is there no She-Hulk omnibus? That's actually a really good question. Raven, any Moon Knight. Okay, that works. Is that the Court of Owls mask actually wearable? Yes. In fact, if you check out my spotlight on story for Court of Owls, you'll see me wear it. I think, yeah, you have to, it's an extra I try to have fun with you guys. A lot of times you guys will like watch something, you won't watch it to the very end. Sometimes I put spoilers at the very end, and there's a spoiler at the very end of that also, and that's where I'm actually wearing the mask. Let's see. I kind of regret not buying it. You can still get it in some of the good comic book stores. I know Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles has one. We always try to keep one in, but yeah, no, it's a fun mask. It's a really fun mask to have. Reggie Simmons with My Little Pony. You know what? I'm not even going to get mad at you for that, dude. Seriously, because yeah, there's a lot of people who love My Little Pony. I remember I did the first couple issues of Rainbow Bright, and people, like, I actually had people jumping on like, "You're an idiot for doing this." Oh my god, I can't believe you did Rainbow Bright. You're so stupid. I'm like, really? You're that unconfident in yourself? Because what's the big deal exactly? And I was actually thinking about doing My Little Pony. In fact, you know what? Like, you might be joking, I don't know, but either way, when I first started, when I was getting ready to first start this channel, I actually, you know, I didn't have enough money to get all this stuff. I didn't have any of this stuff. The only thing I had was a Thor and a Captain America, both of which are not up here now. A Thor and a Captain America. And, what have you. And then I went and I got a couple things from a dollar store that was close to me up in Richmond Hill. That's where I was living at the time. I was living with my wife's parents. And I, what have you. Two of the dollar store items that I bought were actually two My Little Ponies. I'm trying to remember which ones they were. Pinkie Pie and can't remember the name of the other one. It's like bluish. Anyway, yeah. So I was thinking about it. So let's see what's going on. So yeah, like honestly, it looks like down below you're laughing about it, but no, I'm serious. Like I have no problems with people liking My Little Pony or whatever. Fables, that's a good one. Any love for Scalped A3N since you jumped in? Sure. I've never actually read it, but yeah, do it. You don't get all of the Tales to Astonish, Silver Surfer, sorry. The first Secret Wars series as well, that's a really good one. Wow, that's a really good one. My private interview, my exclusive interview with Jim Shooter has a good bunch of stuff in there about the Secret Wars, specifically the Black Suit Spider-Man, where all that stuff came from. Excuse me. Justice League versus Avengers. Okay. I think that's like 4 issues of that. Ronald Keegan, I mean, honestly, that Uncanny X-Force paperback, it's 32 issues plus 3 issues that were a tie-in for Fear itself. Oh, was it now? Nice. Jumping too much. Justice League Dark, The Witching Hour, issue where Norrin absorbs Hulk's Gamma. Oh, and turns it back into Pee-wee Punk-ass Banner. Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Welcome to the channel. Just got here and wanted to say I'm more Blue Marvel in my comics. He's great, yet rarely used. Meanwhile, your name is Cyclops is better than Wolverine and your image is Cyclops. What's up with that, man? But yes, I do love Blue Marvel also. We were actually talking about Blue Marvel and Cyclops and Wolverine earlier in the podcast. But hey, that's what Rewind is for. um, I liked, I actually liked Silver Surfer, and that's the car storyline. Brief, but yes, it was fun in the World War Hulk. Excuse me, no, that was Planet Hulk. William Dublin. Can someone please explain more about how persons with a powerful healing factor still die and turn from zombie virus? Nah, dude, that's just it's called writers gotta write. Writers gonna write. Using his board as a shield is pretty badass. Yes, I love My Little Pony. My daughters love them. Nice. Okay, good, good. I thought you were just making fun of me or something. Which it's cool. I got a thick skin. Rarity is a cool pony. Actually, I would ask all my traveling companions to bring a book and then rob them, or we can share. See, that I'm telling you, man. Paula's got some cool experiences in her life, and I think that she's saying that out of experience. I think she might have actually done that before, or worst case scenario, she's been in a situation where she's like, you know what I should have done, and now it's just coming back to her because yeah, that's real talk. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Just convince everybody to plan. Hey, everybody, make sure you got reading material because you never know. And then yoink. The X-Men Utopia storyline was also really fun. Cyclops playing mind games with the Dark Avengers. That was just one of the best Cyclops stories ever, dude. Ronald Gambit is better than Cyclops. Oh boy, here we go. My name is the hard truth that no one wants to admit. There are plenty of people who are happy to admit that. Yes, I agree. Cyclops is greater than Wolverine. Okay. Well, if I've come to the end of this and we're already 1 hour, 1 minute, and 39, 40, 41, 42 seconds into it, then I guess I'll just leave. I'm gonna bounce, I guess. Is that what's gonna happen? Because I'll go. I actually already had my cheat day. Every Saturday is my cheat day, the family cheat day. So we had Wendy's today. Ooh, and a Frosty. We had a small chocolate Frosty because hell's to the yes. Yoink, I just spit. I say yoink once in a while. When do you think we'll get the Submariner on the big screen? Maybe it'll be by the time I get into movies. I'm just saying because, yeah, Submariner's freaking awesome. Submariner versus Aquaman for realsies this time, though. Not some fan-voted crap where one of the strongest characters in the Marvel Universe gets killed by a whale landing on him. I mean, come on, man. Like, come on. And I know he wasn't killed, but you know what I mean. Anyway, what do we got here? What do we got there? How many issues of Marvel History is there going to be? There should be 4, if I'm remembering correctly. What's my favorite cereal? I try not to eat sugars because, first off, I am from America. And I grew up on, like, Oops Berries and stuff like that. Y'all remember Captain Crunch Oops Berries, right? Yeah, dude. I was a Captain Crunch fan since the beginning. There was this one thing with the, what were they called? The Slurpees? The Squishies? The Soggies. The Soggies. I remember the Soggies in those commercials way back in the day. And the King Soggy, whatever the hell that was. And there was this thing that was coming out slowly but surely. And you had to play a game, and yes, I did go back on the cereal. Had to go back and kick some serious butt and try and, like, solve the mystery somehow and watch all the commercials, and then you call in and you try and win. And I'm one of the kids who actually won. I called in. I was living in Ohio at the time. Port Clinton, Ohio. I was living out there, and freaking I called in, and my dad didn't know. He never found out because hell's to the yeah. But I called in, and I was like, yeah! And I figured out the mystery, and it turns out, like I figured out the mystery. I won. I was one of there was like 200 kids who won or something like that. I was one of them. Hell yeah. And it was cool, man, because the Captain Crunch was the bomb. I'd even eat the regular Captain Crunch, but it wasn't the same without the freaking Crunch Berries. And then when Oops came out, I'm like, oh! And I loved I didn't like Count Chocula so much. I've never been a huge chocolate fan, you know what I'm saying? So I know it's kind of sacrilege, but Frankenberry and Boo Berry, forget it, man. We was boys. We went back. We were hanging out with the Fruity Yummy Mummy and just chilling on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it was cool, man. Trix was Like, Trix was the second best cereal that not only never had marshmallows but never needed marshmallows. In fact, when they put the marshmallows in, a lot of people stayed away from them. I mean, they weren't Lucky Charms, and Lucky Charms was awesome until they went chocolate, and then I'm like, screw that crap. But the best cereal that didn't have freaking what do you call it, marshmallows in it was Fruity Pebbles, because hell's to the yeah with a Fruity Pebble long before John Cena jumped on board with that. Dude, I was like, little tiny box, and I'm not joking when I say this, that little tiny box, when I became an adult and I was still eating, and like I was able to go out and buy my own freaking cereal, I went out and I bought like the little boxes, and that box would last me for 2 bowls. You think I'm joking? That box would last me for 2 bowls. I just be like, and then I would take like an eyedropper and put some milk in it, and then just I was killing it, man. I was killing it. Fruity Pebbles is it, baby. Dude, like I was, and like if I wanted to eat healthy for breakfast, I would get like Golden Grams or pop. What is it? No. Corn Pops, you know what I'm saying? That or there was Golden Grams and Honeycombs. Honeycombs was like healthy, or so I thought, because I'm a dumbass American kid, and it's like everything's sugar. You know what I'm saying? And we were like this terrible experiment back in the 80s. We were this experiment, the sugar experiment that corporations were and marketing were functioning on, because damn, dude, like they crushed us. So yeah, man, like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. My father always taught, because like I remember like the bread when we were living in Jersey, in Lakehurst, New Jersey, the bread truck would come around. This is in the early 80s, man. What do you call it? This early 80s. I remember the bread truck would come around. It would deliver fresh bread and sometimes some Pepperidge Farm bread, but usually other kinds, like straight from the factory, whatnot, and like the bread would still be warm by the time it got to us. It would just pull into town and would stop, and we'd all just converge and pay like $1 for a loaf of bread. You think I'm joking? I'm being for real. And my father, he would get like, you know, a bunch of different breads, and one of the breads that he would get for me and him to eat, because my sister wasn't into it, for us to eat, was the cinnamon bread. Like he would get raisin bread for her, and we wanted the cinnamon bread. And it was my understanding that cinnamon bread was just bread where it was raisin bread, but then they took the raisins out, and what was left, because that's what it looked like. And I never made the association, the taste going together, because I was young and unsophisticated. I wasn't even 10 yet. I think I was like 7. So like, yeah, I would just sit there and eat that stuff and just be like, and just eat a whole loaf of this cinnamon of this, you know, cinnamon bread. You know what I'm saying? So I was under the impression that cinnamon was healthy. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch was just a lie. It was a lie. And like I just like but and they tricked me. They tricked all of us, and we were fools because we were young and impressionable. That's messed up, man. You remember the milk truck? No, I never got milk delivery. Those were for rich people, you rich mother fat head. We were poor, man. We were poor. We were. Here's an old school joke if y'all remember this one. We were so po, we couldn't even afford the R. we were po. I love Red Cat milk. Yeah, the Red Cat milk. That's the whole milk. There is no other milk. The other stuff is just like hydrated milk. It's like, you know, water. It's diluted milk. What the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? I could pour water into. Yes, we were the diabetes generation. How the hell I never got? Whoa, Ronald McMeekin putting extra sugar on your Frosted Flakes. That's not savage, dude. That's freaking masochistic. Damn. Yes, we were the diabetes generation. I don't know how we didn't get it. Sugar-laden cereals are not nutritious. No crap menus, but like that's what we thought it was. Cinnamon bread, yummy. 27 Mangs knows what time it is, man. See what I'm saying? Like it was good stuff, man. It was good stuff. Milk truck, y'all just had the cow. Oh man. Yo, check this out. See, whole milk. We call it whole milk, right? No. Here in Canada, it's called homo milk. You think I'm joking? I'm not. It actually says it on the package, homo milk, because it's homogeneous, as opposed to the 2% or the 1% or the skim milk. It's called homogeneous milk. They shorten it to homo milk. I can't do that because like I love my brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that, and I just don't get that. It's like at some point y'all got to change because you can't be saying that. But at the same time, they also say hydro here. Oh yeah, we got to pay the hydro bill. Now, what does everybody who's non-Canadian think that hydro means? That should mean water, right? No. Hydro was short for hydroelectric. So it's actually the electricity bill. And it's like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? I do that all the time with my wife. Oh, the hydros, stop it. Stop it. Just say electricity. Just say the electricity. So, like, you're shortening it the wrong way, man. Have you tried Tiger Loaf? I don't remember the name. Probably, though. Whole Foods sells milk with the fat on the top. Ooh, how you doing? As a kid, my milk was delivered by a guy on a horse and cart. You know, you're in Australia, so if you say that, I'm just going to have to believe you. Thought Hydra was a type of weed. Suddenly, Silver Surfer's ears perk up. He probably left to go light up the bong right now, man. And that stuff just became legal here. But apparently I just heard about a month ago that in Ontario, the entire province of Ontario, there's only 13 distribution locales, so you can only buy it from a distribution center. And with only 13 in an entire province, you look at the size of Ontario, only 13. If there were only 13 in Toronto, that wouldn't be enough. You know what I'm saying? What do you call it? There you go. There's the ear. Laugh my ass off. Powers of Cosmic Chronic. Hydro is the weed you're thinking of. Do you ever remember Smurfberry Crunch? Yes, I do remember Smurfberry Crunch. That was the only one that would actually turn your tongue blue. Man, that was that was something. I do remember Smurfberry Crunch. It was the blue. No. It was basically just it was basically just the same as blueberry, right? I think that was just the exact same as blueberry. It was like white marshmallows and blue cereal, if I'm remembering correctly. Let's see. Hey, question all those toys behind you. Do you change them out? You know, I try to, but like there's a lot. Some of them I don't. Like my Rogue has been there since I got her. She's hanging up on fishing wire. But yeah, you know, I got a bunch of stuff here. I'll usually add some. I'll take some out. I think that one of these, because like I wind up getting new baths all the time. Like I didn't have enough room for Dormammu or Red Hulk or Smart Hulk, so I just put them down. But what do you call it? Yeah, every so often I'll try and like rotate stuff out. I just got not Modoc. That's Arnim Zola last month. Scorpion about the same time. Every so often I do try to change them out, but the Build-A-Figures usually only fit up top. I'm surprised I haven't fit that Sentry in there. Like, barely fit him in there. But yeah, all these guys and whatnot. You know, I try. My figures fall off the shelf all the time. You gotta set that up. Yes, this Venom has multiple heads. I just found the name. I found this one in a Goodwill store recently. You know what? I can pull him down. I just have to move Puma out of the way. I got to keep some Native American representation up on this wall. But yeah, this Venom, this is actually from an old school Toy Biz model from way back in the day. And there's a button in the back that I can push with my thumb. And some of the heads go, rah, rah, rah. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's just awesome. And like almost, it was supposed to have these little things coming out of the hands. Out of this hand, like this red web thing. I don't know what it is, but it's like freaky. So I ripped that off, and I just keep this. There's supposed to be like another arm or two up here, and it didn't come with it, but there's one in the back over here. So anyway, it's just an awesome one that almost nobody has today. So I keep him because, you know, he's awesome. Anyway, yeah, that's my Venom. Put him back over here. Get over there. And then I'll put my Puma back up there, the Beyonder killer. Beyonder ever shows up, I'll throw this at him and run. I have a Spider-Man up here glued upside down on the the roof of that thing. He is kind of cool. Daydreaming of Hydra Strain now. Cut one bud, two more takes its place. Hail Hydra. Oh, you're a freaking psychopath, dude. Okay. Um, they had pork in them. Oh. That's a funny thing because if you look in Salafi theology, there's something called istihara. No, not istihara. Ismiji? I forget what it is, but it basically means in Arabic the changing. So so even if you take pork and you change the nature of it, like into gelatin, then it's actually permissible. It's actually halal to have it in that regard. So boom, all of a sudden, yeah, that's actually still in Salafi madhab, which is like the most hardcore. That's that Wahhabi stuff, man. So yeah, I hear you, but no, like when I was over in Saudi, no, people ate that stuff and it was no problem. I need a null Hasbro Legends, yes, and I'm certain that we're gonna get it. Um, Venom the Madness wasn't my favorite storyline, but always appreciate his design. Yes, and that is what that's from. To dip or not to dip fries in Frosty? Yes or no? I don't know what Frosty is. Um, we're talking about candies. I would say my favorite candy is those Lickima sticks. Anybody know those Lickima sticks? It's basically, pixie sticks, right? It comes in the straw and it's basically just powdered crack with food coloring in it. You open up the top and everybody else does like this. I think the rest of us just took like snorted up our nose or something because like that stuff. Some of us just we burnt it on a spoon and took it intravenously because like that's all it is. It's freaking powdered crack. You know what I'm saying? But there's a pixie stick, and it's in like the little pouches, and you rip open the top of the pouches, and then the straws. You know what I'm saying? The sweet tart straws. And they're just like the little sticks, and you lick the stick and you put it in the thing, and you keep on going back and forth, and it's just Paula Stewart's comment is perfect. I'm late. The podcast might end. Better go straight to the point. Netflix has a Hasbro series called Stretch Armstrong. It's for a young audience, but entertaining too. Yeah, my kids watch it. Also, Sebastian, since you're here, do you follow me on Instagram? Because you'll see a whole lot more of my Devastator. I know, he's freaking awesome. Anyway, what do you call it? Yes, so fries dipped in milkshake? Oh my god. That's sick. You know what? I just had a chocolate frosty and fries with my number 2 Wendy's burger, the double beef and the green stuff, and just that would be. I should have done that. Next Saturday. Gummy lifesavers. I found a gummy kit. It's only like $18 at Toys R Us. I was just there yesterday, and I saw it, and I was like, "Ooh, I should get this for the kids, and we'll make little gummy candies," But I didn't because I was thinking maybe I can figure out how to make the stuff on my own at home, and I would much rather do that. Like actually learn how to do that stuff. Okay, Yeto, no, I completely disagree with you. Sorry, nobody beats Captain America. In fact, if you talk to Jim Shooter, he'll tell you Captain America's super, because nobody knows what Captain America's superpower is. Everybody's like, oh, the super soldier serum. There are people way stronger than him. Think about this. They say that Luke Cage got a failed version of the super soldier serum. He's bulletproof and he's super strong, right? But Captain America can still beat Luke Cage. Why? Because Captain America does have a superpower. He has the superpower to overcome all odds. So I'm afraid not, my friend. And I've had this conversation with Ario Anandito, famous artist who currently writes a lot or draws a lot for Marvel. He's actually doing the Swordmaster series right now. The second story that's in it with Swordmaster and Shang-Chi. He's doing art for that. What do you call it? His favorite character is Gambit also. We had a conversation. Like, it was a private conversation, just him and me, and it's like, you could go and check out the interview. We talk about it a little bit there. Excuse me, but, nah, man. Nope, sorry. Captain America would win. And that's just the way it works, brother. Sorry. Red Hulk versus Unstoppable Colossus was bull. I agree. I didn't know there was ground powdered animal bone marrow in gelatin. Yes, there is. In some of them, the kosher ones use fish gelatin. The fish marrow basically. So it's kosher gelatin. They use the fish. Well, I don't have a problem with that. Well, you should get an app because I have a whole bunch of Transformer stuff on there, dude. I'm just saying, Sebastian. Gummies are good. MCU cap greater than 61. 616. Nah, I'm going to disagree with you. Swordmaster is going to be awesome. It's already awesome, dude. James, it's already freaking awesome. By the way, what's up, James? Jello plus gelatin equals gummy. Is that it? Done. Troublemaker Comics, what's up, dude? Ronald McKeegan, Captain America kicks ass. He was always my dad's favorite. My dad is a Marine, go figure. There you go. Well, Captain America was Army. I was Army. Just saying. Punisher was a Marine, man. Think about that one. It's all good. We should actually have a popular superhero who was a Marine, though. We have a popular Air Force soldier. That's Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. Who do we have that's Navy? Do we have anybody who represents the Navy? I don't think we do, but we should. And that's real talk. I'm being serious about this. There really should be a character to represent all the branches of the armed forces, even though the Coast Guard isn't technically armed forces, because that's Department of Homeland Security, not Department of Defense. I think there should still be one for that, and I think that the closest we have to that would be Aquaman, because his dad. Yeah. Anyway, superpower versus superhuman. Winter Sky, what's up, dude? MCU Cap wouldn't let the government slaughter mutants. I don't think he let. Okay, you know what? This is a big conversation. We've had this before. There has never been a single time when Captain America, when an X-Man writer under an X-Man editor has ever done Captain America well. If you read Captain America comic books, you would know there is no way that Captain America would ever let something like that happen. So the X-Men have always been, and the X-Men editors, and they'll tell you, Jim Starlin will tell you, X-Men editors have always tried to keep X-Men away from the regular Marvel Universe. For Infinity Gauntlet, Jim Starlin talked to me about this in his private interview, the exclusive interview I had with him. He talked about this in the panel that I covered most recently with him, Perez, and Rubin. All three of whom signed my Infinity Gauntlet, just waiting to meet up with Mr. Ron Lim so I can get him to sign it also, and then my gauntlet will be complete. Anyway, yeah, dude. Stingray! Was Stingray in the Navy? I don't remember if Stingray was actually in the Navy, but Raven would know. Anyway, the what do you call it? Yeah, there's no way that Captain America would ever do that. So, but anyway, yeah, they only through higher up were forced to allow them to have two X-Men. Like, fine, you could have Wolverine and Cyclops, but nobody else. That's it. So that's why there were only two X-Men in the thing. And one of the best scenes for Wolverine was actually in Infinity Gauntlet when he snuck. He was the only one to ever do real damage to what's his name, to Thanos, while he had that Infinity Gauntlet on, because he snuck up on him and just dug his claws straight into him, and like that was just sick. So yeah, no, can't complain. Allison Graham's dad was Navy. I'd love to know of a superhero from the Navy. Monica Rambeau was acting as a lieutenant on patrol during Amazing Spider-Man Annual 16 before she became Captain Marvel. Was she Coast Guard? That's actually a good question, because I do believe she was military. I just can't remember which one. I know in the MCU she's also Air Force, but I don't know. It's a funny thing, because unfortunately the military is weird. It's like, we've got an Air Force, but Army has an Air Force also. The Navy has an Air Force. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's weird. They really do work contrary to each other. I know that for the Somalia incident, the Black Hawk Down incident, The Marines were actually already there in Somalia once, and they said, yeah, it can't be done. The mission you're trying to do, where you're trying to extract certain high level people, it can't be done. We've tried it. It can't be done. And the only reason why why the Marines told the Army that was because the Army already had 7 successful missions in there. They already had 7 successful extractions. What do you call it? What's that guy's name who does the who did the Black Hawk movie? Um, I can't remember who he is. His name. Crap. I think he's the same guy who did like Legend and all this stuff. Anyway, that monkey head. Um, what do you call it? We had 7 successful missions there. It was the 8th one where we were actually trying to go after the leader, the usurping leader, Adid. We tried to go after him, and that's the one that failed. Anyway, yeah. So, whatever. But it's funny, like the Marines didn't even share that information, knowing that we were in there because the armed forces don't even work with each other. So yeah, it's kind of freaking ridiculous. Um, what did you just buy today, Silva? I just saw the thing on there. Oh, Amazing Spider-Man 16. Oh, okay, cool. I always chalked it up to bad writing, but made me hate 616 Cap. No, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Billy Connolly, what's up, dude? Nah, Cyclops is better than Wolverine. Let's call you Sib2. 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 Yeah, no, I can't blame you because they did always do that, I guess, purposely. You know, they had to make it so that Captain America always looked like. So every time that somebody tells me, I can't stand Captain America, he never took care of mutants, he's a racist, he always takes care of whatever. No, it's not true. In fact, if you look at some... There was the one crossover with Magneto. I think it was the first trial, because there were 2 trials of Magneto. I can't remember which one this was. Was this the Avengers versus X-Men? Actually, it would be X-Men versus Avengers. X-Men Avengers. I can't remember what it was. There was one of the 2 trials of Magneto's, if I remember correctly. Give me a second. I'm going to do a spotlight story for this one of these days because of my love of Captain America. Cap wanted Magneto to come in quietly, peacefully, and he wouldn't. He's like, no, you guys won't treat me fair, blah, 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 whatever. And this was actually the one where they showed that Magneto actually has some psychic abilities also. It's very rarely ever shown in the comic books, but since they've established it, it should exist. In fact, his psychic abilities are only like 10% what Professor X's is, but he still mastered what little ability he has because he can still astral travel, you know? They've showed this before. So it's important. It's important. It's good. For me, it's good to know that he can do this stuff. But he, oops, stuff dropping. But he went to Captain America, and he actually like psychically probed him. He started mind probing him. So that's not just your surface thoughts. That's like boom, I'm going into the deep recesses of your mind. And he was trying to pull out any form of racism within him, and he could find none. And as much pain as Captain America was in, Magneto was shocked. He's just like, I can't believe it. There's nothing there. You actually don't hate mutants. You have 0 hatred for mutants. And as hurt as Captain America was from that very intrusive freaking mind rape, he's like, yeah, it's true. I want equality and freedom for every single one of us. Like, way better leader than Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime's like, I love Optimus Prime, but definitely one of the most ineffective leaders ever. You know, especially when you get into the IDW runs. He was not such a great hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, supporting a failed cause that is the Autobots. But that aside, they always say, like, you know, Cyclops was right. Megatron was right. But yeah, Captain America, like, and unfortunately X-Men editors never went with that. The X-Men writers never went with that any further. Captain America was supposed to be a liaison and allow the X-Men to do what they needed to do, but still help out if they were ever called upon to help out. Cap was supposed to be like the man, you know? And unfortunately, X-Men writers never did that. They always wrote him up as some, basically a villain. He, as far as the X-Men are concerned, always made him up as a villain. It always bothered me. Ridley Scott, thank you, Alt Fact. Yes, it was Ridley Scott. Yeah, there was. I don't know what his problem is, but he really did not like Rangers. Let me tell you something. I've met plenty of Rangers. I trained with Rangers. I was not actually a Ranger, but if there was ever such a thing as an honorary Ranger, I would be that. Yeah, like trained with them, hung out with them, and everything like that. We went over military hand to hand. I used to help teach hand to hand and knife combat with the Rangers. We got in tight, and I know plenty of people who were actually on that Somalia mission or other Somalia missions. I know people who just knew people who were there, whatever. I know a lot of Rangers, and I can assure you, not a single Ranger ever acted as dumb as the Rangers were portrayed in that freaking movie. In fact, although I've never actually met the Delta Force guys, even before that movie came out, because mind you, I was in AIT, so I finished my basic training, and I was in like my 3rd out of 5 weeks of AIT, my advanced individual training in the military, when that incident actually happened. So I was in the military when that incident happened, long before the movie came out, and I knew Rangers who would sit there and tell me, dude, yeah, Delta Force was there, and they sucked. They were so we call it ate the hell up. It means like you don't know what the hell you're doing. These guys sucked. They were all over the place. They couldn't even work well with each other. When the 10th Mountain came in, and I went up and I was actually with the 10th Mountain for a while. So I could have been activated to go over there if that was my if I wasn't already slated to go to Germany. What do you call it? It's all good. I don't do this for that, Allison. But what do you call it? Yeah, we anyway, yeah, they talked about Delta Force, like, yeah, they're very effective, and if they go out on a solo mission or there's a very slight thing, oh, they're golden, they're awesome, but like as a team, they don't work well as a team. Delta Force simply doesn't, and they sure as hell don't work well with others. They, in that regard, they kind of suck. And I'd love to actually meet a Delta Force guy and see some of the stuff they do, because from my understanding, solo, they're awesome. They're awesome. But all in all, nah. So I don't know what Ridley Scott's hard-on was with them. Maybe he saw the movie Delta Force with Chuck Norris a few times too many. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, yeah, no. There is only one group whose training is so top secret, nobody knows what they do for training unless you know them personally, and you actually get in good with them, and that's Rangers. We know what the Green Berets do. We know what the and you actually have to be a Ranger before you could be a Green Beret. We know what the Hell Week Navy SEALs do. We know what Marine snipers do. We know what all these other special forces in the different fields do. But Rangers keep that stuff secret. They keep that stuff guarded closely. Grenada, that was Rangers who went in first. It wasn't the Marines. Marines were there much later for the cleanup. That's no disrespect to the Marines. The Rangers were already close by. They got called in. They got activated. They went in and they went in, took care of business, and came out. Rescued who we had to rescue, the American hostages. Rangers took care of business, And then, so then they wanted to make a movie about it. Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood. Really good. Like, I don't really like military movies very much, but I actually really like that one. But what did they do? They made that one about Marines. They said it was Marines who went in. Oh, it was a Marine unit and all this stuff. Why? Because they came to the Rangers like, hey, we'd like to, and they cut them off right there. It's like, no, you don't make movies about us. We have nothing to do with what you want to do. Goodbye. Thanks for talking. Go to somebody else. And they were like, okay, we'll just say that it was Marines instead. You know what I'm saying? Because they were not allowed to say, freaking. I never even watched Dunkirk. I don't know what Dunkirk is. I heard about it, but Like, that's the thing. I don't go out of my way to watch military movies. I don't need to. You know, I don't play. I just found out I have a PlayStation 3. I have a PlayStation 4 also. That's what we use now with Red Dead Redemption on it, which I played a couple times until I realized it's too clunky. I don't like it. I can move better than the character there. Ooh, all 4 of the major voice actors are going to be at Toronto Comic Con. Excuse me, not Toronto Comic Con. Fan Expo in Toronto, which I'm like, oh, best voice acting crew I've ever played a video game for. The problem is I have the video game on digitally, so I was like, hey babe, I was just telling her 2 days ago, I'm gonna take the DVD or I'm gonna take the disc, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna get them to sign it. Like, we don't have this stuff. I got this stuff digitally, remember? I was like, oh no. So I'm really sad about that. But that, and I have Fortnite, and I've never played Fortnite a single time. I've never played it once because I don't play video games very much. But we were cleaning out our we called the armaggio, the wall unit that we have. We were cleaning all that stuff out and separating all the cool games we have for the kids, and we found I have Arkham Origin. No, the first Arkham City. I have that one, which I knew I had. There's another game called Destiny, which I never played, but my brother-in-law played. He's the one who gave us that PlayStation 3. And I never even realized we have Call of Duty 3 Ghost Recon, I think it's called. Something with Ghost. So, or Modern Warfare, whatever those things are called. The one that says Ghost on it. Ghost Recon or something. And I've never played it. I didn't even realize, I've forgotten that we had it. I was like, babe, we have this, where did this game come from? They're like, oh, hey. I was like, oh, yeah, I never knew. Because I'm not interested in playing war games. My wife's like, you're not going to play this, are you? I was like, I have no interest in playing this. Maybe we can, like, get $2 for it at EB Games or something. I don't know, but I have no interest in ever playing this game, so whatever. Tom Hanks, there's no way Tom Hanks was a freaking Ranger. There's no way that Tom Hanks was ever a real Ranger. On Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan, I never watched the movie. I know that's what I'm telling you. I don't watch these war movies very often, but I never even watched Private Ryan. But my understanding was that they really freaking expanded that a lot. Like, it was literally, they were like, oh, we got to go find this guy, and they walked into a tent. Hey, are you Private Ryan? Yeah. Hey, you got to come with us. And then they explained it, on the way. Yeah, your brothers are all dead. You're the last kid. Sorry. It's like, oh my God. And yeah, that was it. There was nothing else for that. So, it was like, really easy. Yes, I played Red Dead 2. I played it maybe 8 times. I doubt I've even played it 10 times. I played it before online even came out. I don't have online for my PlayStation 4, so I've never played it online. I still have it. It's still in there, but I don't play it. I'll play Minecraft on the PS4 once in a while with my 6-year-old, because that's the only video game he's ever played. I got it for him because it's really good for coding, so we'll sit down and play Minecraft. I put it in God mode and peaceful, so peaceful survival. So he just builds stuff and has fun. He likes to make sky fortresses and stuff like that. He's 6 years old, so he has fun with it. Rangers train all elite branches in the military. Yes, they do. What's up, y'all? In fact, Rangers are like the only people that Marines actually respect in the Army. I've known plenty of Marines who are like, "Oh, you were Army? Pfft, you guys are pussies." I'm like, "Sure we are. You guys are all the best. Your cooks are the best. You're all elite. You're the best, and we all suck. I don't even know why there is an Army. I mean, all the successes we ever have, we should have just sent in Marines." And there's some who don't actually get that. But anyway, most of them are like, I'm just messing with you, right? Yeah, sure. I'm sure you're just messing with me. Anyway, whatever. I don't actually care. I just think it's silly. You're a pussy. You're a pussy. You're a pussy. I thought we were on the same side. But yeah, when you tell somebody that you're a Ranger, I'm like, dude, I never actually went to Ranger school, but I was there in Fort Benning. That's where I got my infantry badge from. And yeah, dude, I trained with Rangers a lot. In my duty station, I knew a lot of Rangers. I worked with Rangers. Whenever we went out for like LPOP or whatever, we had to build a forward fighting position. I was there with 3 other Rangers. Like, we were the ones. We always went out, whenever we went out hanging out around base or around town or whatever, like, we're the ones who went out. We would go and we would clear rooms just for the sake of conversation because we were bored. You know what I'm saying? So I hung out with these guys and it was freaking awesome. Oh, Ronald, no, that's literally just us messing around with each other. That's like an inside thing, you know? I don't think anybody, like, really do that. What squad used the Screaming Eagle patches? That's the 101 Airborne. And they're called Airborne, but they're actually Air Assault. So there's the 82nd Airborne and then the 101 Screaming Eagles. And the Airborne, that's the tab with the parachute on it. And the Air Assault, I don't remember what theirs looks like, but I know it's a little bit different. And that's basically just, not just, but that's rappelling out of helicopters. That's something that I did, but I never got a badge for it. Go figure. And when I say rappelling, sorry, I mean, like, I mostly rappelled down walls, but there was the one time that we did rappel out of a helicopter, you know, just because we don't have those whole safety precautions. Like, wait a second, do you have your Air Assault tab? Nobody ever asked that stuff. Like, we're going to do this stuff. Do you want to do it also? Hell yeah! And if I messed up, I'd figure it out really soon. But I didn't, thank God. Minnie Mouse, you doing Louie has passed away. Oh, that's sad. Russie Taylor, R.I.P., man. Each branch of service has its purpose. How about that Space Force? Oh, man. My dad was in the Navy during Vietnam, wound up working on the presidential yacht, the Sequoia. When Nixon was using it, he had a different experience in the Navy. Interesting. Well, that's actually good. I'm actually really happy for that. Hey, Dylan, what's up? I'm actually really glad for that because there are too many people who I know. I knew a lot of people in World War II and who went, who served in World War II. I obviously didn't. And I didn't serve in Vietnam because, I served from 93 to 99. So I served in a very rare time in human history where America was not actually at war with anyone. We didn't pursue Somalia any further, so I avoided that. There was Bosnia, Herzegovina. There was that, the problem with Serbia, and Kosovo, which lies within Serbia, the Civil War, and those were actual Holocaust-level concentration camps. And of those concentration camps, there were all 3 of the worst kind. There were the detention centers, there were rape camps, yes, rape camps, and there were the death camps where people were sent to be killed in those. So there was all 3 kinds of concentration camps there. What do you call it? It's shameful when you have to say that the detention center was the nicest one. I knew plenty of people who were there also, but those were people who were activated with NATO, and I wasn't picked to activate with NATO, but I did ask that my unit could go. A bunch of us asked if our unit could go, but we weren't picked to do that. It would have been cool being attached to NATO to do that, and actually go and do something good. But what have you? Anyway, after you serve, I signed up for 6 years and I never re-upped. So I finished, and then after you finish your 6 years, there are 2 more years that you can still be called up, and you have it's a involuntary reactivation. So I finished in February of 1999. What happened 7 months later? I always recall this. February. Something fell. And it was Venom and Puma. Damn it. So anyway, so yeah, that was February of 1999. So after that 2 years is up, February of 2001, what happened exactly 7 months later? That's right, 9/11. So I was 7 months shy of, there we go, there's Puma. I was 7 months shy of being involuntarily activated, and yes, I would have been activated for 9/11 when they decided to go in after that. What happened? I was thinking about re-upping, but my first daughter was actually just born. just born, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I just have no interest in doing it, and I'm really glad that I didn't, because I was going to go in a sense of like revenge because the Muslims attacked us, and it took a couple, didn't even take years. It took months for me to, like, we were still in the hype of, America's united, but we hate Muslims. I very quickly learned how stupid that was, because I was working in engineering at the time, and I did work with Muslims. I worked with Muslims from Nigeria and Christians from Nigeria. One of my best friends was a Christian from Nigeria, but there were Muslims from there also. Muslims from other areas too, but that was a long time ago, 2000, 2001, that I was working in s.h.i.e.l.d. That was a Lucent venture, so I worked in the Lucent facility. But yeah, it took me a while before I finally realized that, yeah, no, Muslims are actually good people. Terrorists are bad people, but terrorists come in all skin color and religions, go figure. So, yeah. Yeah, I had maybe a couple of months of not being very fond of Muslims. After that, it was good. What do we got here? Sorry I'm late, didn't get the update. My phone doesn't give me a notification. Sebastian, IDW Publishing showed us that no one, not even our heroes, is perfect. I guess that's related to the Megatron thing that I said. Yeah, no one's perfect. Have you watched the trailer for Harley Quinn? What trailer for Harley Quinn? I don't know of that for which thou speaketh. Does Alex Ross still draw full comics? He hasn't in a while. He's just doing covers. Particularly those Captain America and Immortal Hulk covers. But he's doing a bunch of other ones. The most sought after cover for the Vampirilla was the Alex Ross. Go figure, because I thought the Archer was the best looking one. But R.I.P. Sergeant Bixby? Bill Bixby? He was a... Oh. I should have read the one in front. Keeping It G Records. What's going on? My best friend was an Army Ranger and passed away at 22. Sergeant with over 200 night missions in his name. I have a Ranger uniform with Ranger tab and bucket hat sitting right next to me. Yeah, that the K-pot. We call it K-pot. The Kevlar helmet. We call it a K-pot. Yeah, that's messed up, man. I'm sorry. Him and his family. You and your family for the loss. There are things that... The things they do are not normal military standard. We ask too much of them. Than people will ever know. That's true, and that's actually one of the things that really pisses me off about the defense budget, because that money does not actually go to the soldiers. From my understanding, salary hasn't gone up at all. When I was a soldier, when I was when I was in E1 through E4, I was only getting approximately $700, and then I went up to, when I was in E4, I went up to about $750 every 2 weeks. Think about that. $750 every 2 weeks as an E4 with 6 years in. That's not a lot of money. So you're talking about $1,500 a month. Who here can survive on $1,500 a month? Oh, but they gave us a cot. There are people going to be saying, oh, well, you guys had it made. Sure. I had a cot. I shared it with 3 other people. Not the cot, but I shared my room with 3 other people. Yeah, that was really cool, man. It was awesome. They gave us 3 meals a day if we wanted them. They get tedious fast, but you eat them because you got to try and save up money. What do you call it? And then when you're, I was infantry, so when we went out in the field, I went out into in a swamp in Georgia for 8 months out of the year, and we ate MREs oftentimes 3 times a day. We're supposed to be guaranteed 2 hot meals a day. No, that almost never happened, because getting that food out there, not a great supply line. And it's part of the training, along with raining. If it ain't raining, we ain't training. But, yeah, it sucks. It definitely does suck. And they could give us more money, but they don't. They give that money to military contractors, and that's the kind of stuff that just infuriates me. But it is what it is. That's less than I get on my pension. Yeah, and like I said, money just like minimum wage hasn't gone up since the 70s. Actually, since the 60s, really hasn't gone up since the late 60s. Likewise, military money hasn't gone up, so yeah, it just sucks. The DC Universe Harley Quinn animated series. No, I did not see the trailer for that. Um, I should look for that though. I'll look for that. I'll see what's up. They will be releasing every Hush and Crisis on Infinite Earth comic through Dollar Comics. Well then, I don't know, Terry. It would be nice, but worst case scenario, you can always get the trade paperback. And I don't know if you were here the whole time, but I'm going to be doing a spotlight on story for Hush. I'll probably have that out on Monday. So like tomorrow, I'll finish up the comic books that I have. Oh, excuse me. I've only got 3. I've got Trump Punch Man as opposed to One Punch Man, and Dark Red. I've only got these 2, and then I've got a bunch of the what do you call it? The comic books that I can't actually show on YouTube. The ones that I do the reviews on Pornhub, because Pornhub, baby. Anyway, yeah, and I'm gonna. Blue Devil has come to Swamp Thing. Has he? Oh shoot, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta get around to watching that one of these days. Like I only watched the first episode, and then I heard that it was canceled, and I didn't see it that Friday or whatever day it was supposed to come out. So I was like, oh well. So I gotta look for that. And I'm really hoping that I watch it on my computer, so I'm really hoping that also Phantom Stranger, well, game over. He wins everything. But what do you call it? It's almost perfect. Anyway, yeah, so just going to remind you guys about the Patreon. I've got my Patreon is up, and anybody who is a member before August 1st, so that means if you go there now and you sign up sometime before August, because August 1st is the day the money comes out, so if you sign up on August 1st, you will not actually be my Patreon. You'll be a Patreon in waiting, and then next month the donation will come out. Anyway, they are no longer donations. I am now actually rewarding you for something 3 months in, finally. So for the 3rd month, I'll actually be giving something back to my patrons. The Batman Hush DVD that just came out. Well, the DVD's not out, but digitally it's out. That I will be I'll be reviewing that DVD. There'll actually be footage from the DVD on there. This thing will get flagged like crazy, but it is what it is. I don't care. As long as they don't take the video down, because I will be sending that out on August 1st to people who are actually paying patrons on August 1st. So August 1st, that's when the stuff is going to come out. It's going to be about 20 minutes long. It's going to be funny and informative. Yeah, it's actually going to be kind of like a reaction in many ways. So yeah, and like I said, informative, because I always try to comment on the stuff. So yes, for everybody, there'll be the spotlight on story for the Hush comic book, the 12 issues of that comic book that came out. But for patrons exclusively will be the review for the Hush video that just came, the DVD. So yeah, there's that. What do you it's a little too late in the game to be asking stuff like that. Most iconic comic book couples. Mark Guerrero, only thing I didn't like about Harley Quinn trailer was her voice. Doesn't sound like Harley Quinn. Like normal Katie Kakao. Oh, that kind of stinks. That stinks. Anyway. Okay, so I'm out, guys. I'll talk to you all later. I gotta go put my Devastator away. Like, this thing is freaking huge, man. This thing is freaking huge. It comes up to... You guys can just barely not see that. In fact, like standing on my desk, look at that. You can see the very top of this guy. So I'm going to go play with this for a little while. Yeah. Plus, Orange is the New Black. It just came out on Netflix yesterday. So I know my wife wants to watch that. So I'll sit down and watch an episode or 3 of that with her. Anyway, yeah, time to go play. And Yeto, if you want, I'll try to remember to have Polaris out here for you next time. Anyway. I'll talk to you all later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.